All right, we are live on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Late Night with Coach Eli edition. Glad you could all join me here tonight. This is going to be another doozy. I do have an actual topic to discuss here tonight, but I also have some community news. I have to talk about this because more has transpired, and this is going to be good. I'm telling you, folks, when you hear what I have to say tonight, you want to call it a conspiracy theory or something else, like many of you have called my conspiracy theories in the past. Call it whatever you want to call it. But tonight you're gonna hear something that's gonna make a lot of sense, and it involves you, Empress Janet, formerly known as Fellowship's Online Funhouse, because I took down your channel for violating my my copyright, Janet. I didn't take down your channel, actually. I put a copyright strike on your channel for using like tons of my content, Janet. And I mean, I could do that again to your Empress Janet channel, but I'm going to lay off for a little bit, Janet. It's my choice whether I want to file a copyright or not. But I know you're watching, Janet, and I want you to stick around because, you know, you wanted my attention, Janet. You're going to get it tonight, but you're going to get it for good reason. So you're not going to want to miss this show, folks. So we have a topic. We have community news. We have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But before we get to anything, let me first and foremost make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out, and it absolutely has. Let me also check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that it's rolling smoothly. And it absolutely is. And finally, after a week or so of not simulcasting on Facebook, we're back to simulcasting on Facebook. Oh man, I just got a recommendation because I'm not subscribed to this channel by Like and Legion. Jamie, stick around. Stick around, Jamie, because you're talking about Janet stalking and harassing you. Janet stalking and harassing services. Crazy Janet, right? James, folks, just stick around because this charade just keeps going on and on and on. It's all one big charade. And now Janet's involved in it. Jamie, I know you're watching. I wasn't going to talk about you, but I have to because the charade keeps continuing, right? So I'm going to continue to expose the charade at the beginning of my shows, and then I'm going to get into my topic, right? Because, James, you did something yesterday on Janet's panel that technically is despicable, but it was all an act. So stick around. We're going to get to that in just a little bit. We're going to expose the crazy continuous acts of Jamie Lycan Theory, Brian, Texas Caregiver, who's still sponsoring these channels no matter what anyone says. And now Janet's involved. And what is her involvement? What is Janet's involvement in all of this, right? We're going to go back to the very beginning on where she started to infiltrate the Gun Squad on JB Gunner's channel to the point of where she ended up coming on my channel through meeting me, you know, through JB Gunner. And then she left my channel, went to Jamie's channel, and now it's just a bunch of craziness, right? Folks, I'm going to put the pieces of the puzzle together for you tonight, unlike anyone else, because I'm the only one that is not a drama channel. You want to call me the TMZ, right? Call me TMZ of YouTube, right? I'm a life coach, right? And I discuss life coach topics, but this here is something that, I have to expose. I'm the only one that can do it. I'm the only one that has a channel big enough throughout this drama sphere to be able to do it, right? I'm the only one that can stop it and point out some clarity to people that don't really understand what's going on, that are involved in all of this. It's insane. This is insane. This is surreal. This is surreal. It's one big, let's say, poop show because we're at the beginning of the video. I don't want to get demonetized, right? And now she has Shadow, her pimp. Oh, yeah. Well, stick around because I think I know exactly what's going on. I know exactly what's going on. Jamie puts out a video. Crazy A. Janet, stalking and harassment services. You might as well call yourself the same thing, James. If you're going to sit here and fabricate a story that Janet is stalking and harassing you, she can put out the same thing about you. She can call you a racist. But it's all a big act, right, James? You're not really a racist, James. It's all a big act, right? We're going to expose that here tonight. We're going to expose that here tonight. So give me just a second here, folks. Hey, Willie, how you doing? Welcome to the show, bro. Welcome to the show. Now, once again, no, it's James' 36th birthday, not 46th. 36th, Iceman 3. Oh, you're going to have to wait and hear it, Rex. We're going to get to that in just a second here. But first, let me pay special props to this channel's real sponsor that runs a real business. That's none other than my great longtime friend of over 10 years, Troy Brewer. He is the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network. So if you'd like more information about the Discover Community Network, on the YouTube side of things, go below the description about a third of the way down and check out the links. If you're on Facebook, you can type in Discover Community Network into the search bar, and you'll find all of Troy's Facebook business pages. And if you'd like more information about branding and marketing services and other products and services you may need that come from the most trusted professionals in the industry, please reach out to Troy. He's amazing. He'll give you a free initial consultation, and he'll share more with you. And if you want to get me involved, Troy and I can do a three-way phone call with you as well. And we can help you, brand yourself, market yourself, and get you the right information for whatever it is you need to make your life a little bit easier when it comes to business and personal stuff as well, too. And once again, Troy, thank you for your continued sponsorship and patronage of this channel. Rex Rogers says, sounds good, Coach. Well, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, look, tonight I have an actual topic here, and we're going to discuss that in between the show. It's called The Art of Being Manly is Losing with Dignity plus Latest Community News. One more time. The Art of Being Manly is Losing with Dignity plus Latest Community News. There's nothing wrong with losing, even as a man. But it's how you lose, how you react or don't react when you lose, and how you learn from those losses to overcome them and become a winner, right? We'll get to that in just a little bit. But first, let's talk about Janet, a.k.a. Fellowship's Online Funhouse, a.k.a. now Empress Janet, because she violated my copyright too, and I took down her channel for copyright a few weeks ago. Just like I did with Jamie last night on Lycan Theory and Lycan Legion. Boom, boom, right? I'm not gloating. I'm just stating the facts. Look at this closely, folks. Look at what's happening here. Do you folks honestly think that this is all legitimate? Do you folks honestly believe for 1 second that what is happening here between Janet and Jamie and JB Gunner and all these people involved that are sponsored or were formerly sponsored by Texas Caregiver, which they're still sponsored by Texas Caregiver. Let's be real about it. Do you think this is all real? Tell me, do you think this is real, folks? Well, I'd say it's surreal. It's not real. It's surreal. It's surreal. It is. It is Willy Wonka, Wonsta. But tonight, I'm going to expose something that no one else has thought of. No one else has thought of this conspiracy. I don't know this for a fact, but I assume this to be highly true, right? It will all make sense, folks. Now, again, I can only state that something is a fact if I know 100% it's a fact. I think 80, 90% this is true, but I don't have proof. What I do have is stories. And what I do have is information that's been sent to me by many people that are deeply involved in this. And many of these people, James, are moles that are playing both sides of the fence within your own community, James. But I think you already know that, James. And then, James, you question your people in your community that they're not loyal to you, bro? Nobody. This is YouTube, James. There's no loyalty on YouTube, Jamie. Either people like you or they don't, right? And if you're running a drama poop channel, James, people are going to just be enthralled in the drama, and they're going to go from channel to channel to channel regarding who's, providing the most entertainment for them at that point, right? James is a man. He sits home on weekends on YouTube instead of being out with friends and women. You're right. So let's go back. Now, if you're watching on Facebook, you're not going to know the backstory. I put this on Facebook tonight because I do have an actual topic I'll be getting to in a little bit during the second part of the show. If you're on Facebook and you want to hear the backstory regarding what's happened for the last week that I haven't broadcasted on Facebook, I've actually been broadcasting on YouTube. So if you want to know what's going on with the YouTube stuff and you're interested in that, and you're part of my Facebook network, you're going to have to subscribe to my YouTube channel at the link attached to the live stream that you may be watching on Facebook right now or the replay, the Grip on Life channel, youtube.com/C/A Grip on Life. Subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications, and go back and watch the last 4 or 5 streams, and you'll know what's going on. If you're interested, if not, no problem. I'm trying to separate this YouTube community news stuff from the Facebook group. But again, if they want to get involved, you know where to go, right? I'm giving you that option, right? So let's go back to a little over a month ago, about a month and a half ago, right? This was when the American Dream network of channels, a guy named Mike, was a part of my channel, was a moderator, was donating money, was a channel member, etc., right? I was on one of his panels, and JB Gunner came on one of his panels that I was on to talk with me and to try to make peace, because I've had this website out putting out some pretty damning information about his sponsor, Brian, Texas Caregiver, and JB wanted me to take down that website. And that he'd be willing to work something out and maybe work on some stuff together down the road, right? Collaborate, right? Well, my past experiences with JB Gunner have never gone well at all. And I highly assumed it was going to go the same way. But I said, okay, let's play into it, right? I understand this YouTube game better now. I'm not going to be played. Maybe I'll just play him. Or I'll see how far he takes it, right? I'll play along. That's fine, right? So I took the website down. JB Gunner and I did a live stream on his channel the following week or later on that week with American Dream. And because of that, there was a woman on his channel named Janet that was a part of the Gun Squad for about a month or month and a half at that point already. And she found out about me. So what happened? JB Gunner came to my channel. I did moderate JB Gunner for about a week or so. I'm like, okay, what the heck? Let me moderate him. Whatever will be, right? If he flips, I'll keep a close eye on JB. I'll watch his behavior. If it goes on the same path it's always gone down previous years, then we'll just remove his moderator reg and then we'll ban him, etc., right? But Janet came over, and the first time she came over, she donated $300 in super chats in one night. And since that time, she's donated quite a bit of money to this channel. I'd have to say, Janet's probably donated over the course of time around $500 to this channel. Now, what happened when Janet was on my channel for a week or so when things were going well? Janet was telling me that she, runs a business where she helps entrepreneurs brand and market their business in similar ways as my sponsor does. And I actually believed her because she was coming off professional, right? And she had told me she only works with VIPs, right? Janet got kicked to the YouTube curb, aka homeless. No, Iceman, you're missing. No, you guys are all missing. You guys don't know what's going on here. Just stick around. I get why you feel that way, Iceman, but when you hear my conspiracy theory here, which I'm I know, for the most part, I know it's true. I can't verify it 100%, but I know I know this is what's going on, right? So what happened? What happened? Something happened where I guess apparently something fraudulent, some game was played with Janet behind the scenes, leading her to believe that she was applying for some job, right? And there was some fake check scam involved with this whole thing, right? So Janet actually told me about it, and then I emailed JB Gunner because we were on supposed good terms at that point. I emailed JB Gunner at that time, carbon copy Janet, and said, hey, can we talk about this? Janet's a large sponsor of your channel, and you know, she feels like she's been victimized here. Can we talk about this? Then JB Gunner got pissed off. At that point, I knew there was something fishy. If I look back now, that was all a hoax. Janet, you were never scammed. This was a setup, Janet. This was a setup that you were involved in and JB Gunner was involved in at that time to try to trigger me and get me to get upset. I am more so seeing how deep these people are going to try to trigger me. And I'm catching them and stopping them dead in their tracks, right? So, what happened? I didn't get triggered. I ended up removing JB Gunner quietly, and I didn't talk about him. And if I did talk about him, I didn't let him trigger me. And if he responded to me, I just ignored him, right? So what happened after that? What happened after that? Lichen Theory gets involved. They go and Janet was supposed to do an interview with me on my channel to talk about this supposed fraudulence involving the Gun Squad and JB Gunner, right? Instead of coming on my channel to do it the next day, she went on to Jamie's Lichen Theory channel to do it that night. Yup. And there are many people sending me, yep. And this is something that I haven't talked about with anyone. Listen up. Listen up. Are you listening? Tell me. I want to wait for you to respond. Listen up. Are you, I haven't talked with anyone about this. This is all one big act. One big, phony, fraudulent act. But wait, there's more. Because there are people that contact me, many people that contact me behind the scenes that I talk to and share stuff, right? This is something I haven't shared with anyone. This is me going off the fly over the last hour or so. I put this all together, right? After I saw a video clip of Jamie's behavior on Janet's stream last night, calling her the N-word. But let me continue with the story because there's more. There's a lot more. Oh, they're all working. They're all in on this. They're all in on this. All they want to do is try to trigger me, but they're not going to do it, right? Hi, Adelaide. Welcome to the show. So, because JB Gunner couldn't trigger me regarding the Janet situation, right? New supporter, donate a lot of money to me, right? And then, boom, you know, they flipped the script, and then, you know, now they tried to trigger me with this fraudulent job, right? Janet was in on this. She knew nothing was wrong. JB knew nothing was wrong. They were all trying to trigger me, right? When that didn't work, they tried the next thing. She went to do the interview regarding JB Gunner on Jamie's channel. They did that to try to trigger me because she was supposed to go on my channel the next day and talk about it, right? It didn't trigger me, right? I didn't care, right? Well, what happened? How long did that relationship last on Jamie's side? Not that long, right? It didn't trigger me. Hello, Rosie. I couldn't make your live because I was going live. I'll catch your replay later. I popped on for a few, but I'll catch the replay later. But thank you for being here, Rosie. So, what's really going on here? What's Janet's vested interest here? And is she on the payroll of Texas Caregiver Support Services? Not only is she on the payroll, but I've heard some things from many people behind the scenes about Janet having a sugar daddy. Brian, are you Janet's sugar daddy because you're such an incel that you have to pay for it? Busted. I haven't talked about this with anyone. I sat there and put this all together. I'm like, something is not right here, especially after Jamie went on to Janet's panel and called her the N-word many times. And Janet didn't kick him off. And funny, Janet subscribed to all my channels tonight. Oh yeah, that's exactly. There are people messaging me behind the scenes. That's exactly why JB Gunner kept canceling the roast, because it was all trying to incite me to get triggered. They were never going to roast her. They were just trying to trigger me. And I keep calling them out on their own game. So him going at Janet with a burial is fake. Well, he hasn't done it, Willie. He kept putting it off because they were trying to trigger me. And they were trying to use Janet and her donating money to me initially and they tried to lead me to believe that she was a real supporter. So she came in and dropped a lot of money, which was sponsored by Texas Caregiver, her sugar daddy. Brian, Texas Caregiver, is a sugar daddy of Janet. I'm not 100% sure. I don't have proof, but I am 80 to 90% certain that Brian is the sugar daddy of Janet. There's no other way this whole thing would make sense. At all. At all. Ice Mints is amazing. You tell me. You guys tell me how intuitive I am. You guys were thinking something else, right? Because they want to fool you. These people want to fool you, right? And they did fool you. But the one person, the one and only person they can't fool is me. You cannot fool me. None of you. The burial's on another platform. I watched it, Eli. It's not really even a burial, Willie. You're talking about Odyssey? Willie, let me tell you something. Putting a semi-burial on Odyssey is not going to make the same impact as doing it live on YouTube initially, right? JB did not do a full burial on her. You're talking about Odyssey, Willie Wongsta. Makes sense, Coach. Yep. Janet, is Brian your sugar daddy? See, Janet, I have downloaded videos of you where you used to go on some channels earlier on, well, last month, and you were doing some dancing shows where you would turn around. You weren't naked, Janet, because that would get that channel shut down on YouTube. But you were doing dancing. You were shaking your booty in the camera. You were shaking your boobies on the camera, right? Fully clothed, but you were being provocative, right? And I'm sitting here and thinking to myself, if this woman came to me and said that she's a professional business owner that does branding and marketing and is looking to work with VIPs, why in the hell would she do this on YouTube? Well, who would behave in this way, right? But again, after that, I started hearing that she has what they call a John, right? You know what a John is, right? The figure of speech. She has a sugar daddy, and now it makes sense. Your sugar daddy is Brian. Literally and figuratively. Literally, because you probably meet up with him every now and then, I don't have to say what happens when you meet up. You know what happens, right? But figuratively as well, because he's paying you money to come out here and perform the charade to try to trigger me. It did not work. Thank you for the money. And so in essence, whether I like it or not, I'm kind of sponsored by Texas Caregiver as well. Sorry. I'm kind of sponsored by Texas Caregiver as well. Indirectly, right? Think about it. Everybody's sponsored by Texas Caregiver. Wow! Even I'm sponsored by Texas Caregiver. I didn't even know it. Who would donate that amount of money to me and then just take off and now talk smack about me? It makes no sense. They're trying to trigger me. Everybody's on the payroll, including me. I don't want to be on the payroll. I'm not directly on the payroll, but people are getting paid to make fake donations to me, to try and trigger me. How pathetic is that? I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't touch her with a 100-foot pole, brother. I get you on that, man. Absolutely. 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 Hang on. Hang on. Oh, James is going to be triggered. Janet will be triggered. JB will be triggered. Brian will be triggered. You guys are still trying to concoct stuff, right? You're still trying to trigger me. And I'm not triggered. I'm passionate. I'm calling you out. This is how I speak. This is how I speak when I'm not triggered. This is my passion. Eli, you're genius or way out there, one or the other. Well, which one do you think it is, Willie? Because let me tell you something. I'm not here to play games. I'm here to help people. I'm tired of people. And in essence, Willie, here's the thing. I'm actually helping people that are being used and played and abused by this whole charade. A lot of people have been hurt, literally hurt, emotionally hurt, and mentally hurt in this game. Wow, you did. What did I do, Coach? Sorry, what did I do, 99 Problems? You said you did, Coach. Can you be more specific, please? Be more specific. Genius. Yep. How much further are you all going to take this? And how much longer do I have to keep calling out every step of your bullshit? How much further are you going to go, Brian, Jamie, JB? And look what these guys did. Jamie, you did a mass, and you did too, JB, but Jamie, you did a mass bulk edit on all of your channels and changed all your former videos that said this video is sponsored by Texas Caregiver to this video was sponsored by Texas Caregiver, right? Trying to trigger me? It is not going to trigger me, but you more so did it because Brian asked you to do it due to liability issues, right? How much more are you guys gonna put out there regarding this? How much further are you gonna take it? Seriously, how much more of your BS do I have to call out? Like, folks, here's what I'm gonna do right now. What I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna share a link in the chat. I want you folks to watch this video. I want you folks to watch this video. Give me a second here. Holy smokes! Holy smokes. I can't even show you the video. This video has been removed for violating YouTube's policy on hate speech. Learn more about combating hate speech in your country. Wow, YouTube, you're getting better at this. Wow, they took down the video for hate speech. Wow. 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 Oh my God. Do I have to do this? Do I have to do this and show you this? Give me a second, folks. Give me a second here. Give me a second here. Why is it not working here? Give me a second here. Sorry about that, folks. Give me just 1 second here. Whoops, we got to fix that. We got to fix that. We're doing this on the fly, folks. This is happening in real time. I'm sorry, I don't have the chat turned on here, but look at over here. This video has been removed for violating YouTube's policy on hate speech. Learn more about combating hate speech in your country. That's been added. They didn't have that verbiage when things would get removed for hate speech. Wow. That is crazy. Jamie and Janet's beef has nothing to do with you. You are just an attention seeker. You are, nope. Doctor, it has everything to do with me. Get out of here. They're trying to trigger me. It's a fabricated beef. Whether it has to do with me or not, they're creating fake drama. This is being blown sky high right now. They are all busted. Oh, why can't we talk again? Are you somebody that used to be here? Oh, why can't we talk again? Let me know. 99 problems. You got it. You figured them out. Yep. I believe you're out here to help people. I am. I seriously am. Dude, why would I talk about it? Why would I be trying to stop this? If I was here to play along, I'd be getting paid. I'm not getting paid for this. Well, at least not directly. I'm getting paid by people that are being paid by Brian to give me fake donations to try and trigger me. But I'm not on Brian's payroll. But maybe I kind of am, like third party-ish. Like this is surreal. Like I'm not kidding. This is not on my end. This is not fake. This is not fake on my end. Everything they're doing is fake. Hazy Tree, does that mean you are the star of their drama network? Serious question. Listen, dude, humbly speaking, I'm not trying to be the star of anything, but I know what you're asking, Hazy Train. Their audience primarily consists of Coach Eli haters. So if you understand how audience retention works on YouTube, if you don't cater your content to what the audience is there for, they don't get the same traction. Their goal is to trigger me like they used to trigger me, and they're trying to do anything and everything to trigger me, and it's not working. This whole game is sick. It is. It is. So, Hazy Trade, let me know if that answers your question. If not, I'll get into more detail if necessary, but I think I pretty much said everything I could possibly say about it. You know what I mean? But yeah, so the video that was taken down was a clip from Janet's stream that was on a sock account called Sharon's Fairy Tales. There's a real channel called Sharon's Fairy Tales, and then there's a sock account one that's run by the doctor known as Ronaldo, known as Trim Hits. The doctor was running that channel, and the doctor hates Jamie more than me. So the doctor's putting that out there, and I think the doctor knows what's really going on, but he's kind of just playing along with it. He played a clip of where Jamie went on Janet's stream last night on her Empress Janet channel, and he went on there and started calling her the N-word, like repeatedly. He'd go, and I can't say the word because I don't want to get demonetized. This for example purposes, YouTube. He went on to Janet's panel and said, and repeatedly for like 20 times. And then he went on, Janet put him backstage, brought him back to the front, and she was talking and calling him a racist. It was an act, right? This was an act. You heard it, right, Iceman? And then Jamie goes, you know, shut up, you N, right? For example purposes, right? He kept on telling her, shut up, N, right? Again, this is just me stating what happened professionally, respectfully, maturely, and not even saying the word. This is for reporting, news reporting, YouTube. Just to make it clear, I'm a very professional channel here, right? And I'm sitting here and thinking, if I'm sponsored by somebody that runs a caregiving business, the last thing I'm going to do on my platform or anyone else's is go on to another person's channel and call them the N-word repeatedly if it's not being paid for and staged. And they're both in on it because Janet did not kick him off. You're all phonies and frauds and actors. It's just phony. Phony. Don't ask what's an N. I'm not going to say that. I love everybody. I'm just here. It is a derogatory word for African American. I have my sponsor is African American. Yes, I heard that DeRosa made a death threat to me. I'm not concerned with that right now. DeRosa's just trying to get attention, Iceman. That's all. DeRosa is in his own world of substance abuse right now, Iceman. If we need to revisit him down the road, we can, but we're not going to. So this is just unbelievable. You've got these people now that have been sponsored by Texas Caregiver changing all their videos saying that this video was sponsored by Texas Caregiver. You've got Jamie creating this fake incorporation called Like in Theory Entertainment Inc., which he changed his Coca-Cola parody channel to Like in Theory Entertainment Inc. And now he's buying subs to try to get that channel monetized. Same with Like in Legion, right? Look at what these people are doing. Like this is sickening to me. This is just sickening. He is a 15-year-old and a 45. He's 36. Oh, you're talking about DeRosa? No, DeRosa is 52 or 53. I know for a fact, dude. I've run background checks on all these people because they came at me. I don't dox them. I have it for legal purposes, potential legal purposes. DeRosa is about 52 or 53 in a 15-year-old body. If you're talking about DeRosa, he's not 45. He's older than that. I'm 47. Jamie just turned 36. So yeah, dude, you want the scoop on all these people? I'm your guy. I know everything about everyone. Everything about everyone. It is pathetic. It is. I don't even want to talk about this, but they just continue continue to do stupid things to keep the facade going. And I'm going to keep busting them. I'm going to bust you, James, every single day if I have to. Every day. Every day. It's pathetic. Now, folks, at some point tonight, and I'm going to clip this in a pre-recorded video because the actual topic is the art of being manly is losing with dignity. Something that Jamie doesn't understand, and a lot of guys don't understand. A lot of guys don't understand that losing actually doesn't make you less of a man. What makes you less of a man is how you handle things when you lose. Are you going to handle things respectfully, professionally, maturely, and with emotional self-control, or are you going to lose your shit and have a lack of emotional self-control and whine and complain when you lose? Or are you going to learn from it and better yourself, right? And that's pretty much what I wanted to say about that. And maybe I'll share a little bit more on that as the show goes on. But there's so much to talk about the community news because I care about my community. I care about the people. I care about people out here that don't even like me. You're all being played. And some of you may know it and like it and are entertained by it, and that's fine. But there are people that are being played and are getting hurt over this. Some dude comes in here and says, I'm Janet's sponsor. You are wrong. Nope. This is pathetic. You're all pathetic. You see, when I call them on the truth, they come in here and they troll and they try to create what's called a diversion. You're wrong. I'm Janet's sponsor. You are wrong. The Villain Squad Show. Come on, dude. I've been around these YouTube streets too long. Shadow the Pimp. Let me ask you folks a question. We don't know for a fact, but if you have good reason to believe that it makes sense that Brian, Texas Caregiver, is Janet's sugar daddy, put a 1 in the chat. If you think that more than likely Janet's sugar daddy is Brian, Texas Caregiver, put a 1 in the chat. If not, put a 2. Seriously. It makes sense, doesn't it? I'm not giving anyone a wrench. Sorry, dude. Not going to work. I'll take care of them. It doesn't matter. I don't care if they troll, man. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. Iceman says 1. Yep. It makes sense. This was all a very deep fabrication to try to trigger me. It didn't work. Hey, why can't we talk again? Suck account. Are you somebody I know? I'm not going to ban you. I'm just asking you, like you don't have to tell me who you are. I'm just curious. Do you know me for a while? And are you here on a sock because you don't want to get attacked? I'm just curious to know because that's what's happening with a lot of people that really want to be here, right? Iceman with the guns, right? Yeah. Now, folks, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to step away and take another break, or take my first break, and I'm going to come back for another half an hour, 45 minutes. And I'm going to share with you a message or a comment I got on my channel that's being held for review. For the time being and for the last several weeks, When people comment on my channel, it goes automatically into my help for review box. I have to manually approve every comment because I've been getting trolled so hard. It's the only way to keep stuff from getting out there, right? Eventually, I'll open it up again, but for now, that's why I'm doing it. But I have an actual comment I want to read to you folks regarding a guy that was on Jamie Lycantheory's panel last night. And I'm going to get to it now. I'm not going to get to it now, but I'm okay. Okay. I just wanted to make sure it was still there. So the channel Billet TV was on Jamie's channel last night, and he was talking about me, and then he sent me. He made a comment that's in my help for review, and I'm going to read that comment to you folks because this is what these people are trying to do to try to get me to leave YouTube. Like all these people, I'm not saying that Billet is getting paid. I don't think Billet is on the payroll, right? But Billet is a guy I met through networking a couple of years ago, and I brought him on my channel a few years ago to interview him, and all he did was flex his muscles, how much money he makes, how many properties he owns, how many fancy cars he drives, how beautiful his woman is. And whenever a guy does that, that's a huge insecurity, Billet. And I know you're watching Billet. And quite frankly, Billet, I'm not trying to attack you. If you're happy with your wife and everything you've got, that's cool, bro. But why project it, bro? Why flex what you have onto somebody that you just don't like? I'm gonna read you his comment here when I get back from the break. Hey, what's up? Hey, Outback. Hey, Darren. Andy, I was not able to meet up with you when you were out here, bro. I was just way too swamped. I'm going to have to make it up to you at some time. Oh. Hang on a second here. I honestly think that that's a clone. Give me a second, folks. Why would Andy say that? That's weird. Well, I think that is the real Andy. I don't think the doctor cloned his Facebook account. It's much more difficult to clone Facebook accounts. Hey, Darren, how you doing, bro? I'm down on Thursday. All right. Let me see if I can clear up some time on Thursday for us to hang out a little bit, man, for lunch or coffee or something. So I'll get back to you tomorrow or the next day, and we'll try to arrange something for Thursday, Outback. But thank you so much for being here. Let me see here. Yeah, these people are trying to troll. And it's just, the funny thing is, like, I've got so much security and protection here, even though I don't have a mod here right now. You folks, How much more are they going to try? Like, here's the thing. I'm a one-man show. These people have 50 people on the payroll coming at me. And here's the thing. I'm not trying to say I'm all that. But you tell me it's 50 against 1 and who's winning. And I'm not even trying to win, right? It's not a competition to me. But if it was, it's 50 against 1 and who's winning, right? Yeah, I don't need people trolling here right now. It's all good. It's all good. No, I hate YouTube even though I broadcast from Madeira every Saturday. Short track TV. Yeah, I actually love YouTube, Andy. I just I don't like the trolling and the craziness that some people do on YouTube. YouTube is an amazing platform to broadcast on, but I've been simulcasting on Facebook for a little while now too because I wanted to give my Facebook audience an option to follow me here and make it easier. And then they can also find out about my YouTube channel if they want to come over there, or if they don't like YouTube like you don't, you can have a chance to connect with me on this side. So, but yeah, no, thank you for sharing your thoughts, Andy. I appreciate it, bro. And yeah, I'll connect with you, bro, next few days. And yeah, we need to catch up, bro. Even if I come down to your area, we need to definitely catch up. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, we're at 51 minutes, and I'm going to take a break and play some music, and then come back and read that message from Billet TV and share some other final thoughts before going off the air. This is just crazy. I have to say this to you, Jamie. There's nothing wrong with a man losing and making a mistake. What makes you more of a man, dude, is like my topic says. The art of being manly is losing with dignity, right? See, James, I've lost many times in my life, but I've also won many times, right? And when I was younger, I used to let those losses get to me, right? As I've gotten older, as I've gotten to my early 30s and now my 40s, I look at my losses as learning experiences. And I look at them as victories because I'm going to learn from them and be victorious in the future based on what I've learned. You just don't get that, bro. It's either that or you're just acting for Brian's company. But here's the thing, Jamie, I honestly think that outside of your, sponsorship and the acts you do out here based on your sponsorship, I honestly think that you are jealous of me, dude. I honestly think that you can't stand me because you wish you could be as strong emotionally and mentally as I am. That's the truth of the matter, bro. That's what it all boils down to. And Jamie, I'm a little over 11 years older than you, and I'm in way better shape than you, bro. And listen, I'm not trying to project that or to try to attack you on that. I'm not. I'm just saying, dude, there's no reason for you to be jealous over any other man. Focus on yourself. Be happy within yourself, bro. And if you lose at something, say, hey, I tried, I failed, but you know what? I'm failing with dignity. I'm going to learn from this and keep moving forward. And if you own up to that, bro, people will respect you. Women will even respect you more if you lose with dignity, right? Women know there's no guy that's perfect out there. Women know we make mistakes. They make mistakes, right? But it's how you handle them, bro. It's how you handle those mistakes, right? By not trying to cover them up, by owning up to them and saying, okay, I tried, I failed, but I'm failing with dignity, right? And I'm going to learn from this and try again. That's it, bro. Purple pill sitting at home 24/7 shaking my effing head. Iceman says, your content is so good, they can't get enough. Well, I appreciate that, bro. You know, I don't know if I'd go that far, but there is some jealousy factor here when it comes to Jamie. Do I feel for him it's all about the acting? No, it's primarily about the acting because that's what he's getting paid for. But at the same time, he doesn't like me. He doesn't like me because he wants to be me or someone like me or anyone unlike him. He doesn't like what he sees in the mirror now. So give me a second here. All right, let me cue up some royalty-free YouTube music. Yeah. Give me a second here. Let me see here. And just need one more. All right, folks, music is all queued up. That's awesome, Andy. 9.3 K devices signed in, 3.4K subscribers. That's pretty good, Andy. That's really good. Good numbers, bro. I'm glad to see things are really taking off here. I've known you, Andy, for, Jesus, how long, man? Jesus, man. It's been at least 7 or 8 years now, hasn't it? It's been a while, bro. It's been a while. Awesome. No, not that music. What am I going to do? Play copyrighted music, bro? Come on, dog. Stick around. We'll be right. Right. Yeah. Yep. Scratch it. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube and also simulcasting live on Facebook. This is the Late Night with Coach Eli edition. Glad you could all join me if you're here live, if you're watching the replay. Hello to you as well. If you missed the first part of the show, go back and check it out. Again, this show has a lot of aspects to an audience, or towards an audience that's been a part of my community or has known me for quite some time. If you're new here, you may not understand a lot of the backstory, so this may not be the stream for you. But, parts of this stream, I've been discussing, the art of being manly is losing with dignity. One more time, the art of being manly is losing with dignity. And I'm going to probably end up clipping out parts of this stream and creating a short pre-recorded video to get that message out to the right audience out here that really appreciates, what I do as a coach. Because some people just don't seem to want to appreciate it, and that's fine. It's your choice who you want to follow, support, believe in, and not believe in. I totally get that. And I'm open to constructive criticism. I always have been. I'm just not open to projections and attacks and hatred and all that. And when I get to this comment here that was written to me by a guy that runs the Billet TV channel that I met a few years ago through networking out here on YouTube when I used to be a part of some growth stream communities. And this guy, I met him first and I interviewed him on my channel, and all he did was flex his muscles, not only literally, because he's a pretty, big guy, which is fine. That's great. But he also was flexing his muscles with his money, and everything he owns and the type of woman he has and his kid. And like he was just showing off everything. And that's like not masculine energy. Masculine energy is being happy within yourself and not showing off what you've got, allowing people to see for themselves, who you are and what you've made out of yourself. That's the right way to do it. But a lot of these guys come out here on YouTube and they come across a guy like me and they seem to feel the need to flex their muscles, literally and figuratively as well. It's just pathetic, right? It's just absolutely pathetic. So let me get to that. Let me get to that comment that's been sitting in my health for review box. And Billet, this is not going to be approved. I don't want people coming to my channel and seeing this comment and getting the wrong idea. But I am going to address it here publicly, and I'm going to do a reaction to it, right? A response. Let's not even call it a reaction. Let's call it a response. So this was 16 hours ago. As of the time I'm broadcasting this live, it is now 3:28 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 12:28 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time here in my neck of the woods in California. And it is now Sunday, May 2nd, 2021. This was 16 hours ago as of the times I just mentioned, the date I mentioned. Okay. He says, "Good morning, Eli. As I do not follow your channel, I was only made aware of me being mentioned by someone who does. Oh, Jacob, give me a break. You watch me. They all watch me. You're all curious." Now, granted, I don't think you watch me religiously, but I think at times when it makes sense to watch me, you do. And when it makes sense to watch you and it comes to that time, which is what I'm trying to say, I watch what I need to watch. I get that, but that's fine, bro. I was only made aware of me being mentioned by someone who does. Okay, yeah, a lot of lurkers, right? A lot of people say, you got to go check out what Eli said about you. Because, we're all little kids. We're not grown-ass adults, right? I want to be crystal clear here. Just because I disagree with your methods and feel you are unqualified by someone who does. I'm sorry. And feel you are unqualified is not talking trash on you. Let me repeat that. I butchered that. I want to be crystal clear here. Just because I disagree with your methods and feel you are unqualified is not talking trash on you. Well, sir, that is talking trash on me because you have no merit to base this opinion. Well, it's an opinion. I guess you don't even need merit for that. But bro, seriously, what have I done to you or anyone, right? I've done nothing to anyone, right? You're projecting is what you're doing, Billet, as you've always done with myself and others. You're an insecure man, Billet. That's the bottom line. You're a very insecure man to the point of where you feel the need to flex your muscles with what you've got, not only to me, but everyone else, but you also feel the need to attack my business and my qualifications, bro. That's just that's just terrible, dude. Let me check out the chat here every so often real quick. Give me a second here. Give me a second. All right, we're good. Hey, Information Man Show. Welcome to the show. Peace and respect. Glad you could join us here tonight. Or this early morning, that is, early Sunday morning. Furthermore, Billet says, coaching people in general, life, health, business, etc., can have lifelong positive and or negative effects. You're right. You're right. I take that very seriously, Billet. Can you specifically state what I've done that has harmed someone in any way, shape, or form regarding what you just stated there, Billet? And over-representing yourself, how do I over-represent myself? I am a self-proclaimed life coach, business and personal success coach. How do I over-represent myself, sir? Can you give me examples of how you feel you see, here's the thing, Billet. You project, right? You state, let's just call it your opinion, Billet. You say you state your opinion, but you don't go into detail to support that opinion, Billet, right? So he says, overrepresenting yourself and your abilities to people in desperate need can indeed be dangerous. Well, how do I do that, Billet? All I've done is help people in any way, shape, or form. And I've given away a lot of my services for free, especially to people out here on YouTube that I'm working with, collaborating with, such as other channels that I collaborate with that are also moderators on my channel. I've helped people that have contemplated suicide and helped them work through that. And help them work through it. I'm still working with them, right? Like, what kind of a person do you think I am, Billet? And show me some examples, and tell me some examples of how you feel I'm doing what you're saying I'm doing. You haven't done that. Nobody has, because I've done nothing wrong, bro. So he says, furthermore, now I'm sure the rebuttal would be that coaching is an unregulated industry. No, that's not my rebuttal. It is an unregulated industry, Billet, but that's not what my rebuttal is. That would be a cop-out, and I'm not going to cop out on this, Billet. But why would you, as an entrepreneur, want to just operate at bare minimum? I'm not operating at bare minimum. I'm operating at my full potential, Billet. But that's how I feel about myself. Quite frankly, Billet, it doesn't matter what you or anyone else says or feels about me. That's your opinion, right? In my opinion, or from what I know deep within myself, I'm operating at a full potential. And this is what I love doing, Billet, whether you like it or not, or whether anyone else likes it or not, Billet. So why would you as an entrepreneur want to just operate at bare minimum when you can offer much more and do much more for yourself? I'm doing what I love to do, Billet. And if you don't like it, Billet, you don't have to follow it. But see, Billet, you went out of your way to write me a book because you felt the need to project yourself onto me, Billet. Billet, you don't like me, right? You don't like me. You don't like what I do. And you feel like I'm hurting people. But how am I hurting people, Billet? I never see any of you show receipts, like you guys say, on how I'm hurting people, Billet. Iceman says he has a certificate for muscles, probably. Information Man Show. Here's the thing. People are entitled to their own opinions, but not their own facts. You have to have your facts. Right. So, Billet, At the best, those are your opinions about me. They're not facts. If you want to bring facts to the table and, try to get me shut down or removed, then do that, Billet, or move on and shut your mouth. Seriously. That's all I'm saying, bro. Iceman calls him Skillet. Go stare at a mirror. If you think that Billet is projecting all over YouTube, just like Jay, let's talk about J-Rom for a second. J-Rom. That's another thing, right? This whole beef between JB Gunner and J-Rom, like I've been saying, is all fabricated. Now JB Gunner is doing, the burial of JKUK. Let's just say KUK. JKUK, right? I'm saying it because I don't want to get demonetized in that way. I'm saying it in that way, right? And JB Gunner's been putting out these teasers of the full burial of JKUK. It's all fabricated, store-bought by Texas Caregiver. It's pathetic, man. All these people are pathetic. They don't know how to be a YouTuber. They don't know how to engage an audience. They don't know how to be real, right? So all they do is project. All they do is come out here and project, attack, and then if they get an opportunity to do something or go after someone because they're being paid by somebody else to do it, that's what they do. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. It is. This is the truth, folks. This is the absolute truth. So furthermore, he goes, and this is the damning part here. Billet furthermore says, I care nothing of your criminal record. Well, I don't have one, sir. And I haven't looked into you, Billet, but now I think I'm going to. But I'm not going to dox you or put it out there, Billet. I'm going to look into you because I think you may have mentioned this before. I want to see if you have a criminal history, Billet, because all these other people that have come at me, like DeRosa, like J-Rom, JB Gunner, they all have criminal records. Blake has a criminal record. And who else am I missing? All of you guys have a criminal history. You're ex-cons. Now you're projecting, right? Because I'm not an ex-con. My record is clean. I care nothing of your criminal record. Some of the best business owners, soldiers, and general people I have ever encountered have some type of record. Well, like attracts like, Billet. So now I'm assuming you have a criminal record too. I'm going to look into you, Billet. Life happens. It does, Billet. Listen, I'm not saying that people that have a criminal record can't be reformed. But you can't sit here and project that onto me that just because I don't have a criminal record and you and other people do, that it doesn't exonerate me from what you think I've done wrong. I've done nothing wrong in the first place, Billet. This is pathetic, bro. You're getting buried here with this message, Billet. It's a projection. If you think this is a projection, put a 1 in the chat. If you think Billet is projecting like a 20,000 lumens projector like J-Rom has been doing, put a 1 in the chat. It's a projection. Life happens and some people make mistakes. As a coach, you should understand that. I do understand that, Billet. It still doesn't support everything else you've said throughout this comment. Doesn't support what's really happening. You haven't given any supporting evidence or proof or facts. You're just stating opinions. In essence, if you don't have any facts to back it up, which if you did, you would put them out there, you're just projecting, Billet. That's all you're doing. You're a projector. Usually guys who brag about everything have a severe case of micro pee-pee. Yeah, you're right, Hazy Train. The truth hurts. Iceman 111. Right. It's those guys with the big muscles, right? When people have big muscles, they typically have low T. Low T. You know what low T is, right? And then he says, not sure if you'll even read this. Oh, I read it. I read everything, Billet. I just choose what to respond to and how I respond to it. But please try and understand that approaching someone who is critical on you, critical, bro, you're projecting. You're not even, bro, if you were legitimately critical, If you were constructively criticizing me with facts and something to support your statements, I would take it seriously, Billet. Now I'm making a mockery out of your stupidity. That's what it is. Approaching someone who is critical on you and your practice makes you highly unlikable. No, people that are insecure, that are jealous of me, are going to respond to me in the way you do, Billet. I don't value that one bit. I think it's pathetic that a grown-ass man like you needs to project this way, bro. You're pathetic, dude. You are. And shows resistance of self-reflection and growth. I've done a lot of work on myself over the last 20 years, Billet. And see, Billet, I don't come to your channel and project onto you and call you out on your crap. I just ignore you because you're not worth my time. But obviously, I caught your attention. You felt the need to write me a book, Billet. Why'd you feel the need to even contact me if you don't care, bro? Are you white knighting for lichen theory? Are you auditioning for Texas Caregiver to sponsor you next, Billet? Is that what you want? What's this all about, Billet? Then he gives you the biggest F you and have a nice day, right? This is the F you right here. Listen to this, folks. I do wish you the best in business. No, you don't. That's hogwash, bro. I do wish you the best in business and in life, and I do hope you expand your field with some type of training and education to better serve your clientele. I'm doing just fine, Billet. And if I get certified on something down the road, that's on me. But let me tell you about life coaching, Billet. Any certification you get is going to come from another company that's going to want to hire you to sell their coaching services. Most independent life coaches are not certified because there's no actual certification program. It's all done in a self-proclaimed way. Look it up yourself, Billet. And then he goes, helping you have a successful 2021. That's a big F you and have a nice day, right, Billet? You're telling me to F myself and have a nice day. That's a bunch of hogwash. Now you folks tell me. Iceman3 says, can I ask him how to make a protein shake? Sure, you can if you want. Now, what are your thoughts about that? What are your thoughts about that email there? Or not that email, that comment? Just sitting in my health review box. It's not going to go public at all. You know, here's another thing I want to mention about, I'm finding out more and more things about all these people that have been involved with the Lichen Theory Echo Chamber and sponsored by Texas Caregiver. They're all still sponsored by Texas Caregiver. Some of them are full-time, some of them are part-time, some of them are independent contractors for certain jobs. Like, this goes deep, folks. This goes super, super deep. Super deep, right? I found out more things. People keep sending me stuff. Like lots of, here's the thing. Half of the people in the Lichen Legion are playing both sides. They're coming here in my chat under socks and telling me what's going on, or they're emailing me with sock emails and they're telling me what's going on. And here's the thing. GLM, the God Loves Me channel, who lives an hour away from me here in the Bay Area, in a county called Solano County, right? And hang on a second. And the cause live in a county called Placer County, which is one county east of Sacramento County, in the greater Sacramento area. Okay? So from where the cause live to where GLM lives, it's about an hour, almost an hour and a half drive, about an hour and a half drive, or a little bit less than that, right? And I heard that they've met in person and they know each other, right? Here's the funny thing, right? Most of you have been following the story regarding GLM and Jamie know that GLM can't stand Jamie. They had a falling out, right? Right? And she trolls the internet. She's more so on JB Gunner's side, but she used to be on Jamie's side too. And then Jamie, did with her the same thing he does with every woman that he comes across. Uses them for content and then kicks them to the curb, right? And then it triggers them. And then some of them will go away, but people like GLM, they're like that. GLM, you're like that pesky fly that's buzzing in your ear and just never, ever goes away. I can respect that actually to a certain extent because I'm the same way. No one's going to run me off of here at all, right? Iceman 3 says projecting, right? But here's the thing, okay? It's interesting to me that last night or 2 nights ago on Jamie's show, because we're after midnight now, we're Sunday, this was Friday, right? We're not talking about the Punksthetic stream he did for his birthday, right? The night before on Friday, okay, you had Billet on his panel, you had Mr. and Mrs. Ka on Jamie's panel, and Mr. and Mrs. Ka are friends with GLM, who Jamie hates, right? And so this is weird to me, Mr. and Mrs. Ka, that you're friends with GLM in real life, okay? Now, GLM, we're not going to dox you or anything, but just so you know, GLM's real first name starts with a D. I'm not doxing you, GLM, but your first name starts with a D. We all know who you are, right? Right? So you all know she's not Iceman. She's not. No, she's not. What she does in her spare time is on her, but as far as I know, no. But yeah, it's funny to me that the cause like Jamie, they support Jamie, but they also like GLM, who hates Jamie, right? What part of this makes sense, right? This is all entertainment for these people. The cause, this is entertainment for them. For GLM, it's entertainment. For Jamie, it's entertainment. And well, it's not even entertainment for Jamie. It's about making money, right? It's about entertaining all these people, keeping them so enthralled in this endless loop of nonsensical drama funded by Texas Caregiver. None of this makes sense. If you look at it deeply, I just explained it to you, folks. I am sitting here summarizing everything in a 1 or 2 hour stream, putting it in a box, wrapping it up, and putting a nice bow on top of it, right? This is absolutely pathetic. This whole thing is one big shit show. That's it. Now, before I get out of here, we're at an hour and a half. Let me just talk once again about the art of being manly is losing with dignity. And Jamie, you're one of the perfect examples. You think, Jamie, that you can't win and make money and create something great out of yourself besides doing what you're doing now. And that's why I've been calling this out all week. I've been exposing your shady operations along with Brian's, because let me tell you, Jamie, you and Brian are doing this together. You and Brian even control JB. JB's not going to admit that, but you are the boss, Jamie. You are the general manager on the front lines, and you control all these people. And Brian reaches out to you, and then you put out the message to all of the people that are sponsored, including JB Gunner. You have created a nice narrative. It's the truth, Willie. It's the truth. It's the absolute truth, right? Why go around watching hours and hours of BS streams, right? When you can come here in 1 or 2 hours and get the full story and spare yourself the heartache, right? I'm not telling you where to go and not to go. If you love drama and you have nothing better to do and you want to watch these people, that's on you. I don't have time for all of that. People send me links and I'll go right to sections and I'll figure out what's going on, because I've been involved so long, I don't have to sit there and watch hours of content to figure out what's going on. I got my intuition and it's solid. But see, Jamie, this is the thing with you. This is where the topic applies to you. you're making this a competition. Outside of all of this, you're making this a competition between you and me. You've even told people that have come to me, many people behind the scenes, many people, not just one, James, many people have come to me and told me that you just can't stand losing to me. You just cannot allow yourself to lose to me. Jamie, if I lost to you, I wouldn't care, bro. There are times, Jamie, where you beat me at this game. How do you think I learned how to play it? You had more experience than me when I first came on this platform as a real creator 4 years ago, right? Remember, James, you put a copyright strike on my secondary channel that I used to run a couple years back before I created the Grip on Life 2 Uncensored Live Streams. I had another channel called Coach Eli, the Radical Liberal, or something like that. I can't remember what it was called, right? And I did a stream on you with JB Gunner. I used some of your content under fair use, and you struck your logo on there, right? The thing is, James, you're not blaming me and blaming others for doing the same things that you do, James. You're a hypocrite, right? You're a big hypocrite, right? Because it all boils down to the fact that you cannot stand losing to me. And again, I'm going to tell you, James, I'm not even competing with you. And I wouldn't care if you beat me, James. I'd say congratulations. That's what real strong men do, James, is they congratulate other men that beat them, right? But see, you can't do that, James. You know why? This is the reason why. It all boils down to one thing with you, James. It boils down to your childhood and the way you were raised and what your parents were doing in the household you were raised in that has tormented you, James. You sit there and call me the C-U-C-K, and it's not me. You're projecting what you saw happen to your father by your mother. And that's why you call me that, James. It's pathetic, bro. When are you going to get over that, James? When are you going to get over that and move forward, James? Even if you have to take the loss. And I'm not even asking you to take the loss, James. But if you had to give this all up, James, it would be like a loss, right? Why can't you sit there, take the loss, and say, I've had enough of this. I'm done with this. It's too much. It's killing me. And it is killing you, James. You're gaining lots of weight and you're drinking. You're killing yourself, bro. Real time out here on YouTube. Why can't you take the loss with dignity, learn from it, and make something better out of yourself, bro? A lot more people would respect you if you did that, including myself, James. That's the truth of the matter. Again, James and everyone else, any other man out there, the art of being manly is losing with dignity. Nothing wrong with a man losing. Nothing wrong with a man stepping up to the plate and swinging and missing at strike three. But if you sit there and let strike three blow past you and you strike out looking, that's worse. Step up to the plate and swing the bat. And if you're going to strike out swinging, not looking. James, you aren't even swinging the bat right now. That's the problem. You're striking out looking. If you at least tried to swing the bat, maybe something better would come out of it for you, bro. That's all I've got to say. That's all I've got to say. True stories, Coach, says Willie. Yep. Willie says, until there's actual proof, it will be considered a conspiracy. It is absolutely a conspiracy theory. I said it myself. I'm not denying that. I don't have proof of the Janet thing. It just makes sense. I'm putting out my narrative, and it's a conspiracy theory. That's all it is. It's a theory. That's all it is. But if I had to guess how accurate it is, it's 80 or 90% accurate. I'm telling you right now. It makes a lot of sense. There's no way all of these people would have been doing these things. So anyway, get your questions in the chat, folks, on YouTube and Facebook. Can't sleep, thought I'd tune in. Did you already cover the topic? Yeah, I just did, Sean. Sean, I was welcome to the show. Yeah, I was talking about. I'm talking about a lot of community news that's been happening on the YouTube side of things. You're on Facebook, and the art of being manly is losing with dignity. And I was just mentioning a second ago. I think you heard that part. That there's nothing wrong with men trying to accomplish certain things and then losing, not being successful, and learning from those mistakes, and then trying again and bettering themselves until they're successful at what they're trying to accomplish. A lot of men cannot stand losing or don't want to admit when they've lost because they feel that, people around them are going to think that they're losers and they're not worth anything. No, that's not the truth. A good, strong man, whether he loses at certain things or wins at certain things, is going to win and lose with dignity and pride either way. That's what I was saying in a nutshell. I'm about to go off the air, Sean, just letting you know. But thank you for being here. I do appreciate you. And sorry that you can't sleep tonight. It's almost 1 a.m. in our neck of the woods. You're in Northern California here, in my area, and it's great to hear from you again. I need to catch up with. Folks, I'll tell you this. To anyone watching on the Facebook side of things that was a part of my Genuine Networking Association network, GNA, once this whole COVID thing is done and enough people are vaccinated to the point of where we get back to normal, sometime in 2022, I'm going to have some GNA, Genuine Networking Association reunion events all over Northern California. So just letting you know that that is going to be in the works. That's definitely going to be in the works. Give me a second here. Let me check out YouTube one more time. But thank you for being here. Willie Wongsta says, is it possible that many people just don't like you? Honest question, Eli. Willie, let me be honest with you, and you tell me what you think before I go off the air. It's not that these people don't like me, Willie. It's one of two things. Number one, some of them are projecting insecurities, right? When you look at a guy like Jamie, who's gained a lot of weight and, who sees a guy like me, I come from a good family, I was raised very, very well, and he sees me. And I say this with all due respect, I'm not saying this to, show off or anything like that, right? But he wants to be more like me. Would you rather be overweight or be fit? Would you rather create drama content and be successful or create real content, right? So a lot of it has to do with people that are projecting their insecurities and they just don't love themselves, or they're caught up in the act regarding, what Brian, Texas Caregiver, is paying them to do. You understand that? It's one of two things. There are people that are acting, and there are people that are projecting, and then there are people that are acting and projecting, right? And because this has been a targeted, premeditated, targeted attack on me that's being paid for, and there are a lot of people coming at me, it gives you people the idea that these people really hate me, that a large group of people hate me. This is a small group of people. It just seems to be bigger than it is because Brian is paying for these people to continuously talk about this, right? If these people weren't paid all this money, you tell me, Willie, do you think that they would have the time and energy to devote, devote as much time as they're devoting to it to make it come off in the way it's coming off to you, bro? Does that make sense? You let me know, bro. I'm just being honest with you. That's the truth, right? But it's up to you, how you want to see it. Let me know what you think before I go off the air. There has been times where you have been projecting yourself, though. I never said I didn't project, bro. I never said I didn't do that. But the reasons why I did that was because I was triggered, bro. I let these people trigger me, right? So I came off like I was projecting. Now, technically, do I feel I was projecting? No. You're entitled to your opinion. But whenever you're triggered, it comes off like you're projecting, even if you're not. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this whole entire time, Willie was the doctor. That's fine, Willie. You asked some good questions for a while. You gave me a show. That's great. You just got buried, Willie. Doctor. Doctor, we're on the same side of this, right? Why are you still trying to come at me? Are you trying to just throw everyone off? Everyone knows that you're the doctor. You are. It's you, bro. Bro, it's 4 a.m. It's 4 a.m. in Florida right now, bro. What are you doing up so earlier, up so late, dude? Where's your beautiful Hispanic woman at, bro? Is she in bed by herself? Doc? I mean, seriously, dude. Hazy Train, if you're still around, or Iceman, do you think that was the doctor? Maybe the doctor is also Iceman 3. Who knows? Let's see. Sean says, weird to have no in-person networking for so long. Yeah, you're right, Sean. It takes strength for anyone to accept their failures and grow from them. Sounds like there's a big story here that I know nothing about. Sorry that you have been triggered. Well, it's not that I was triggered in the past because I didn't know how the YouTube audience worked, Sean. It was a whole new thing when I started my coaching business out here 4 years ago. Yeah, it's just been it's been a heck of a ride to figure out the whole thing, and I have figured it out. But there are still some people out there that like to make content off of some reactions I had many years ago. Once you put something out on video, or you're a guest on other people's live streams, and you slip up and say something, they use it against you forever, right? But it's okay. I've worked through it. It's not that big of a deal. But no, thank you for being here, Sean. I appreciate you. I'm about to get off the air here, folks, or go off the air. That's what I'm trying to say. Good job, Doc. You had me temporarily fooled for a little while. You were waiting to drop the bomb on me, right, Doc? Towards the end of the show? Come on, dog. I never once said that. I never once projected out here. In the past, I did because I didn't understand this YouTube game. People would intentionally trigger me, right? And I didn't realize it. All I was trying to do was defend myself, but I didn't realize I was feeding into what they wanted to make, what they wanted, which was to make content out of me, which is what I'm trying to say there. So I'm going to get out of here, folks. Thank you so much. I will probably be back later today at some point, or later on this evening for another stream, or I may even do a Walking with Purpose stream sometime today or sometime soon. Stick around. Keep it locked here to the Agrip on Live channel and on Facebook. And if you're on YouTube, keep it locked to my community tab. If you're on Facebook and you want to get all the content, because I don't put everything out on Facebook. I broadcast select live streams out there. If you want everything, go to the description section of this live stream on Facebook, find my YouTube channel, subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications, and you won't miss a thing. With that being said, have yourselves a good one, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.